We're off the roads this week. Instead, we're at Aghadowey for the final meeting of the Irish Short Circuit Championship season. And I'm glad to say the weather is warm and dry. Yes, welcome to Aghadowey, and considering the proceeds of the meeting are going to the OMA Fund, it's great to see a big crowd and a big entry of over 100 riders. And keep an eye out for the man of the moment, James Courtney, 8 double wins so far this season. And when it comes to the feature race, the Race of the North, the favourites there should be Rodney McCurdy and Michael Swan. It was at Aghadowey that a press release appeared which really stunned the fans. It said that Robert Dunlop was splitting up with his sponsor PJ O'Kane, a successful partnership which had lasted some 10 years.
I've just read the press release, so if Patsy feels that way, then there's not much I can do about it, really. I think it's very difficult in these times for a rider to be, you need to be a diplomat as well as a good motorcycle racer, and I try my best, but it seems to be not good enough in this case. I just enjoy my racing, and I'll keep on racing. Unfortunately, I won't be with Patsy. That's his decision. I'm a bit sad about that. We've had a lot of good times.
Has this come as a surprise to you, or have you already spoken to another sponsor?
No. No, I had no intentions of riding for anybody else, but Patsy seems to has taken that out of my hands now. So.
But you will be back.
Oh yeah, as I say, I enjoy racing. I'm good at it. It's a passion for me, racing. So I'll ride on. I just hope I can find as good a sponsor as PJ O'Kane was to me.
All right, we start with the first leg of the 125cc race. Owen McNally has already won the championship, but with minor placings to be decided. He's joined on the front row of the grid by Paul Robinson, Robert Dunlop, Russell Connor and Darren Lindsay. It's over 10 laps on commentary, Alan Drysdale and Harold Crooks.
So away go the 125s down the first straight here into the Lindsay sweeper. And the first man to show, it's Paul Robinson in the lead from Robert Dunlop and Owen McNally. Russell Connor going up the inside there as they get through the right-hander and head down towards the chicane.
And on the way to the chicane for the first time, it's Paul Robinson from Robert Dunlop, swinging left and right. So it's Robinson from Dunlop in third position then.
And at the hairpin for the first time, Robert Dunlop moves through into the lead. Inside, number 18, Paul Robinson. Number 4, Robert Dunlop, comes into the pit lane here for the first time and along towards the paddock corner. 18, Paul Robinson behind him. Number 8 then, Russell Connor in third position. Owen McNally, number 9 in fourth at the end of the first of 10 laps as they go through. Out now onto the second lap and down towards the Lindsay sweeper, and still Robert Dunlop leads, Harold.
So Robert, hard on the brakes now. Remember, he's using the thumb brake there into the sweeper at the top end of the Aghadowey circuit. He swings round right, now heading for the chicane. So it's Dunlop from his nephew Paul Robinson in second place. Robert's right foot slips off the right hand peg there as he comes down into the chicane. The rest of the field is streaming through, but it's still Robert Dunlop through the second of the chicanes here down into the hairpin, setting the pace right from the start. Robert Dunlop from Paul Robinson. Into pit lane, still Robinson in second place, hanging on to the back wheel of Dunlop. So she's pulling away slightly from Owen McNally there in third position. So Robert has a look back there, and Paul Robinson and McNally having a go as they come through the right-hander there, down into the hairpin once again. McNally having a thought about it, so it's really tight now as they swing left into pit lane. Robinson the sandwich there, meet in the sandwich between Robert Dunlop and Owen McNally. Men who have been riding in the 125 racing championships all season. Robert Dunlop, the last winner at Carador, leading from Paul Robinson and McNally. McNally now moving up into second place, so McNally goes through into second place. Paul Robinson goes back to third as they round the Lindsay sweepers. So it's now Robinson in third place behind Dunlop and McNally. And Robert there has a look back into the eyes of McNally, who's now, he has only 2 laps left in which he can make his move. He may want to make it on the 9th lap rather than leave it to the last one. So no doubt the wheels turning within both the heads of Paul Robinson and Owen McNally. So here goes McNally as he having I thought about it going down into the chicane. He ran fairly wide there. The rear wheel of Robert Dunlop's machine comes up in the air. McNally still in second place. Round the wee right hand kink now. He's heading there for that little gap on the left hand side of Robert Dunlop, but no room for him. The back wheel pattering. He runs on a wide line now as he goes into the hairpin, possibly hoping to get a little bit of better drive out of it. Heading now down pit lane. It's still Robert Dunlop from Owen McNally. Coming to the last lap flag. The order's still the same. Dunlop, McNally and Robinson. So it's do or die now, the last lap of this 1-2-5 race.
Yes, and the interesting thing here is, where is Owen McNally going to make this move? Robert Dunlop certainly looked good in the brakes last time at the chicane, which he's just about to come up to now. Tremendous power on the front wheel and braking because the rear wheel was right up off the deck. Into it again he comes. Look at the back wheel there, just beginning to paddle a little bit. Still McNally in second, Paul Robinson in third, and back there in fourth position it's still Russell Connor, but now heading down towards the hairpin for the last time. Dunlop in the lead. McNally, is he going to try and get round the outside of him in on the inside as they get through into the pits corner? Soon they'll be on pit lane, and it's Robert Dunlop on the O'Kane machine. Owen McNally behind him, Paul Robinson in third. They come into the final corner, they go out, and it's going to be a win up to get the checkered flag. It's going to be surely a win for Robert Dunlop. Wins. Owen McNally is second and Paul Robinson is third.
Yes, indeed, very exciting short-circuit racing there. Robert Dunlop just edging it from Owen McNally, with Paul Robinson just behind in third place. Indeed, less than a second separated the top three. Let's see what happens in the second instalment.
Second Super Kings 1-2-5 race gets underway. Looking down into the pack as they head up into Lindsay Sweeper for the first time. Number 9, Owen McNally. Number 4, Robert Dunlop. Number 18, Paul Robinson. The three guys who were involved in the first round of this two-round battle in the 1-2-5 Super Kings Championship. McNally leads from Dunlop into the chicane for the first time. In third place, number 90, Davy Lemon. But McNally already pushing hard as they come around the sweeper of the hairpin for the first time. Into pit lane, it's McNally from Dunlop, from Lemon, from Russell Corner.
And the interesting thing is to see if Robert Dunlop can make it 2 in a row here. The shock news breaking here at Aghadowey today that Robert and his long-time partner Patsy O'Kane are to split at the end of this race, so there's no better way to go out. He's already had one win in the first 1-2-5 race. Can he repeat it in the second? Owen McNally has other ideas about that at the moment, because McNally now in the lead and looks to be going away from Robert Dunlop as they come down towards the chicane. Dunlop in second, Davy Lemon comes through to third, and Russell Connor there in fourth position as they go into the chicane on the second of 10 laps. Coming down the main straight now, the Bob Motors machine being really wound up against the rev limiter there as Owen McNally comes down, drops it down the gears now into this sweeping corner that tightens right in on the exit. A little bit of a bump there on the way out. Now they accelerating hard down towards the chicane. There's the second place rider, Robert Dunlop, number 4, followed by the yellow helmet there of David Lemon, number 90 in third position. Then it's number 8, Russell Connor in fourth. But this is the leader on the run down towards the hairpin.
Easing it on the brakes, and even the little 1-2-5s work overtime on the brakes, and Davy Lemon looks as if he's gone walkies. He's gone by the scenic route for Davy Lemon. He looks down at the machine, whether she sees coming in there or not. He looks down. He went off, not as if they had run out of road, but as if something had happened to the machine. So McNally now the leader, well clear of Robert Dunlop. There's a lot of ground to make up. We're now on lap 6 of the 10-lap race as McNally, the exhaust pipe there bumping up and down as it goes round the right hand sweeper of the Lindsay Sweeper. He goes up the gears even when he has the machine cranked over. So the battle then for a third has been opened up, with Davy Lemon going out in the chicane. It's McNally from Robert Dunlop, with Russell Connor now in third.
I'm looking to see the fourth place rider there just coming into pit here, and that's number 72, Darren Lindsay from 12, Darren Burns, as they come down through this left and right hander. Darren Lindsay there, 72, behind him, number 12, Darren Burns in 5th position. They're having a real ding-dong battle there for the 4th spot. Into pit lane they go. And here's the leader, Owen McNally, number 9, coming up now to complete 6 laps. Number 4, Robert Dunlop through in second position. Number 8, Russell Connor still in third as they head into the Lindsay sweeper.
And at the sweeper, McNally easing his way around. He'll be getting the pit signals to say how close Robert Dunlop is. And as we see him there, he's under no threat. Easing his way into the chicane, right and left. Connor there having possibly one of the best races of this season, in third place there in this Super Kings final round. But it's McNally leading from Dunlop, from Connor. These three pulling away from the 4th and 5th place men. McNally absolutely in perfect control there, Alan.
Yes, and looking at Owen McNally there going across the line now. That's him through to complete 7 laps. But the question is, can Robert Dunlop come back now that he has shaken David Lemon there? David Lemon, who had the famous incident with Robert Dunlop back at the Northwest 200. But David overshooting there at the Herpen with what look like mechanical problems. But Robert now on his own in second position. Can he get back in terms with McNally? Russell Connor there a good third. Down to the chicane. Then on the 8th of 10 laps. 9 McNally goes through, flicks right, flicks left, and looks at this stage as Robert Dunlop comes through in second. In fact, Robert isn't gaining McNally. If anything, Robert is losing ground to Russell Connor, so perhaps the dice is going to be for second. There's McNally in the lead. Dunlop in second. And where's Connor gone? Connor's gone. Russell Connor is gone, so up a position there comes number 72, Darren Lindsay. There's Russell Connor now touring down in, so that looks like a mechanical problem for him. But back with the leader, Owen McNally, heading out onto another lap of the circuit, the 9th lap here. Owen McNally, number 9, out in the 9th lap and down towards the Lindsay sweeper.
So the places behind the leader, Owen McNally, who has led from the rears of the flag to lap 8. So it's McNally still leading from Robert Dunlop, who now is going to have a mammoth task if he's going to overhaul McNally in the last 2 laps of this race. They're now on the 9th of 10 laps. So it's McNally from Robert Dunlop, who is now a comfortable distance ahead of the 3rd place man, who was number 72, Darren Lindsay, who in turn was ahead of number 12, Darren Burns. So a Darren in 3rd place and a Darren in 4th. So it's Lindsay and Burns going for the 3rd and 4th places. So we see there number 72, Darren Lindsay, and there's Burns in the hairpin.
Owen McNally there has raised his hand, and I'm just beginning to wonder, yeah, we've had a red flag. The race has been stopped, actually, is what has happened. Number 15 there, Ryan Minnie, the rider who has gone down and been attended to by the first aid and medical personnel. So the result will be declared on lap 8.
So with Ryan Rainey taking a tumble, the red flags came out on the 8th lap, but the result stood. Owen McNally taking the win, followed by Robert Dunlop in 2nd place, Darren Lindsay this time taking 3rd.
I actually had the championship sewed up before I came here, but it's good to win. You know, it's good to go with the win, like, you know.
Dare I mention, about 2 years ago, was it, you thought you had this championship won until the very last day?
That's right. It was actually this very meeting. Well, I wasn't here, but it was at Bishop's Court, and I had quite a healthy lead, about 17 points. I thought all I have to do is go out here and finish the race. On the first lap of the race, I tangled up with another guy and got slid off at the hairpin, so I lost the points for that race. Damaged the bike that bad that I wasn't able to compete in the second race, so that was the end of it. I lost the championship by 1 point, you know, so I was quite gutted, you know, but this year makes up for it, you know.
Well, next up is the Regal 600 race. That championship has already been decided. Richard Britton made sure of that at Aghadowey. Disappointingly, he isn't racing here today after crashing and breaking a collarbone at Brands Hatch. But other minor placings have to be decided. On commentary again, Alan and Harold.
Off they go in the Regal 600 race. First man to show there, number 20, Kieran McGrory, right in the centre of the picture. Dropping in behind him there, number 5, Michael Swan. And there's a tight bunch as they go into the Lindsay sweeper for the first time. Edging their way around, everybody getting around safe. A fairly hefty field here, Alan, for a Regal 600 race, one of the biggest we've seen this year.
Yes, and down to the chicane they come, and it's number 1, Adrian Archibald, who's moved through the lead ahead of Kieran McGrory on the Suzuki, the man from Lisnaskey, who we haven't seen featured in our road race programme because he's only done the one road race, and that was down in Monaghan. He's strictly a Shortsburg expert, but a very, very capable rider, has had wins in the 600 class this year, and in fact a man who's a former Australian champion as well, because he was out in Australia a few years ago. But at the end of lap 1, Adrian Archibald leads. Kieran McCrory is second. Mike Swan is in third position there as they come down across the line. Stephen Ferguson is fourth, and number 69 Brenton Doyle in an excellent fifth position.
Adrian Archibald, the man who was allowed to win the 600 road race championship for a day and then discovered that he had lost it by half a point rather than winning it by half a point, now leads on the way to the chicane on the second of 10 laps. The 600 is now a bigger handful through the chicane than the little 125s were in the previous race. McGrory, a man who has been very impressive this year, back there in second place. Down into the hairpin, Archibald hanging on there, putting a little bit of daylight between the battle for second and third between McGrory and number 5 Michael Swan, and number 69 Brendan Doyle coming through there in fourth position.
Down the chicane they come. McGrory a little bit closer this time on the Suzuki machine, remember. Archibald there and Swan both on Hondas. Brendan Doyle also on a Honda.
The leader round the right hand flick down into the hairpin. Again his foot drops off the peg and Swan goes to the inside because McGrory runs that little bit wide, giving Swan a chance. So Swan grabs it and almost upends himself there. Little bit of power as he comes into pit lane. The back wheel stepping out slightly there as he turned on the power, so he's up to second place. I wonder will he have enough power to catch the leader, Adrian Archibald, who is now on the 6th lap of 10 into the second half of the race. It's Archibald from Swan from McGrory. That's the running order as Archibald goes round the sweeper, taking it very carefully there, turning on the power, feeding it in gently as he heads for the chicane.
So coming down to the chicane, Mike Swan perhaps feeding it even more carefully still because he got a real kick up there at the pit lane last time around, but let's see if he can recover from that. He chased down Kieran McCrory. Now he's trying to chase down Adrian Archibald. Adrian's foot staying on the rest that time as he gets through the right-hander. Now into pit lane. Archibald leads. The Ballymoney man out in front. Mike Swan there from Ballycarry near Larne going through in second position. Kieran McCrory, number 20 from Lisnaskey in third. Then it's number 69 Brenton Doyle back in fourth position, and fifth place still there, just out of shot, coming into shot now. That's Stephen Ferguson, number 3.
Adrian Archibald already now maybe getting a little bit of power on early as he heads for the chicane. Swan still in second place. McGrory coming in third. They drop it in right and then left. And Brendan Doyle, like Mike Swan, is a man who's been missing from the grids here for most of this season. He has been up north racing a lot this year, so he's a very credible performance by him there in fourth place. And now coming to complete the 9th lap of 10, one left when they come to the start finish area. So here they come across the line now. It's Archibald from number 5, Mike Swan from McGrory there in third position.
And down until the Lindsay sweeper they come for the last time. They're going to come up upon a tail ender, and this could be crucial as they come up to the chicane because it'll be very tight there. Where are they going to get through? Will Archibald get past him on the little rundown? I guess no, unless the rider moves over. He's going to have to come up in behind. Is Archibald going to squeeze through? No, this is going to give Swan an opportunity now as they come through. They're bunched right up together. Number 40, the rider in there, Paul Truesdale. Archibald tries to go on him, but Mike Swan sitting behind watching it up. Swan goes down the outside. Can Swan get stopped? Can he turn it round? The machine drifts into the hairpin. They go for the last time. Swan now getting ready to move up, but Archibald still leads. Into pit lane, across and into the final paddock. Right-hander Kieran McCrory closes in third. Now they come, it's a burst up to the line. Is it going to be Archibald? Is it going to be Swan? They come up to the line, it's neck and neck, but it's Archibald from Mike Swan, from Kieran McCrory. Tremendous race.
So yet another very close race in the 600 series. Adrian Archibald taking the checkered flag, followed by Michael Swan. Kieran McCrory took third. Brendan Doyle was fourth. All right, we're ready for the second leg of the Regal 600 race. The first race was won by Adrian Archibald, closely followed by Michael Swan. Will we have an action replay this time? Let's see.
The revs build. The Regal 600 second race gets underway. And the first man to show, number 20, Kieran McCrory. From number 2, Derek Dunlop from Brookshane. Number 6, Brian Gardner, but it's McCrory leads the pack. Into the Lindsay sweeper for the first time from number 5, Swan. All safely round on the opening lap. The power on now as they accelerate and sprint to the chicane for the first time. So this man McCrory Allen, the man who's impressing certainly at the end of the season.
Certainly a good performer. former Australian champion, of course, but he's from Listaski, riding in Suzuki, which is unusual here in the 600cc class. That's usually dominated by Hondas predominantly, Yamaha and Kawasaki getting an odd look in, but Suzuki haven't had many successes, but McGrory certainly successful on it here at the moment. He's had a few wins on it this year, but number 5 there in second position, Mike Swan. Number 1, Archibald, who won the first race, in third. Brian Gardner, that looks like, in fourth. Number 6, as they cross the line at the end of the first of 10 laps. And behind Brian Gardner there, number 6 is number 7. They're almost numerical order, Harold.
McGrory, number 20, leading them round the Lindsay Sweeper for the second time. And the leader, McGrory from Swan, from Archibald. Archibald lining him up, Alan.
Yes, Archibald trying to go through on the inside of the Lindsay Sweeper and streaks up the inside. Good move there from Archibald, but Mike Swan, I think, content to let him nip through at that stage. It's a long way, and my goodness, all sorts of wobbles there from Adrian Archibald on the way out as he got the power down, so he didn't get away from Mike Swan. McGrory leads into the chicane. Archibald second, Swan in third, Gardner fourth, McFarlane fifth, then Ferguson, and behind Ferguson there, number 2, Derek Dunlop. But here they come down to the hairpin. Can Swan find a reply this time? Well, Archibald's making him go the long way round, absolutely holding him out there. Mike Swan tries to cut back through on the inside, but Archibald's now the man closing down, almost bangs his knee there on the curb as he chases down Kieran McGrory. Through now to complete lap 3. McGrory leads, Archibald second, Swan third. The race leader, the championship leader in the Irish 600 Supersport Championship, Kieran McGrory, goes down toward the chicane, accelerating up through the gears, then knocks it back down the gears as he arrives at the chicane.
Oh, and he makes a mistake, so the pressure has got to McGrory. He goes straight on at the chicane, and we'll see Adrian Archibald flash through into the lead. Into second place goes Mike Swan. So from first, McGrory drops back to third, making a mistake there. We were lauding his praises and saying how well he was staying at the front, but no doubt he was very aware of the 2 fancied men behind him. Now the new leader, Adrian Archibald, swings it into pit lane, followed by Swan, followed by McGrory, who took the scenic route there at the chicane. So on the pattern changing in a flash.
Absolutely, Harold, and a Ballymoney man will snap up a chance like that. Adrian Archibald must have a wry smile on his face there as he pressured Kieran McGrory into the mistake. But still a couple of laps in this race to go. Adrian Archibald on the Chris Dowd machine, the seat leader, honest others. Chris Dowd, a former racer himself, down into the chicane. Archibald leads, Swan in second, McGrory in third. He'll be smarting after that mistake last time around. He'll at least want to salvage some of his pride and get back into second position here. But down at the hairpin, Swan in second, Kieran McGrory in third as they go up towards the paddock corner here to complete lap 9.
And it looked as if McGrory was in a comfortable lead, and I thought he was putting that little bit more daylight between him and Archibald, and possibly that's what he was doing, and then pushed that a little bit too hard to make it a more comfortable lead. He's even having a thought now about getting into second place as he and Mike Swan arrive at the Lindsay Sweeper for the last time. Round to go, Adrian Archibald's already round and safe, heading for the chicane, but certainly McGrory was having a thought about second place as he come out of the sweeper, and on the brakes he goes into the chicane where he made that mistake last time around to take second place. So it's McGrory now up into second place, Mike Swan back to third, Archibald into the hairpin for the last time, swings it round. McGrory now in second place. Will Mike Swan hit back at him as they enter pit lane for the last time? Archibald's already there, swing around the right hander at Paddock Bend. McGrory in second place. Archibald looks back to see where they are, and it's McGrory in second place as they come out of the corner, and he holds second place with Mike Swan in third.
Confirmation of the second race in the 600 series. Adrian Archibald again taking the victory. This time Kieran McGrory swapping places with Michael Swan. McGrory taking second, Michael Swan having to settle for third, and Doyle was fourth. And that double victory for Archibald gave him the points he needed to finish runner-up to Richard Britton in the Regal 600 series. Well, Richard, sadly you weren't racing today. Tell me about the crash last week. I believe it was quite spectacular.
Yeah, we went over to Brands. Philip McCallum and Alan, my sponsor, give us a shot out in Philip's bikes, and we were really going well. We had a track day on Wednesday, things was looking good, and then Friday we ended up 19th on qualified timing, and then went out Saturday afternoon just for the first session, scrubbed in some new tyres, come out of Druids, hadn't even the power on, and next thing, woof, gone, and that was it, over for me. Landed heavily on my shoulder and broke my collarbone.
Well, you got a slight taste of it. More Super Cups perhaps next year?
Would like to, because the pace is so hot over there. Like, you have to try and get, you know, the only thing is about it, it's going to take a lot of money to get, you know, sort of organised for a Super Cup. Like, but I would love to do them.
Back home here this year, what a season it was for you. 9 wins in the Regal Championship. That's quite something.
Yeah, that's quite good, because, like, you know, I was never thinking of, you know, winning every race. Just go out, do a race, and if we finish, we finish. We don't, we don't. That was why we were just intentions all year. And to have 9, and then we were disqualified from 1. So, and then we missed the 2 here. So, I could have maybe broke Chris's record of 10, maybe, but not going to be that way this year.
So well done to Richard. Now we come to the first leg of the feature race of the day, the Race of the North. 2 men to look out for here, number 1 Michael Swan and number 4 Rodney McCurdy, both riding 750 Kawasaki's. And these men are 1 and 2 in the Short Circuit Championship. See how they go now with Alan and Harold.
And off the first leg of the Race of the North goes. £1,000 at stake for the Race of the North, and championship points at stake for the 2 leading men. Rodney McCurdy on the number 4 bike there, slotting around the outside there of James Courtney as they go around the sweeper for the first time. 2 points behind him in the championship is Michael Swan, so it's Swan and McCurdy going for the championship, and the rest of them going for the dough. So they're down into the chicane for the first time. It's McCurdy leading from Swan, from James Courtney and Archibald. So a real ding-donger set again, Alan.
Yes, and Michael Swan there really muscling his way past James Courtney. James may be dominant on the road, but Mike Swan certainly not paying him any respect here at the Short Circuit at all. He knows he has to get through and past McCurdy to pick up this Irish Short Circuit Championship. So Rodney McCurdy from Bruckshane in the lead. Mike Swan from Ballycarry in second position. Number 11, James Courtney in third. Then it's Archibald in fourth position. Behind Archibald, number 3, Stephen Ferguson there in fifth spot. And then it's number 25 just coming into the picture there in sixth position. That's Paul Cranston.
Perfect conditions here for the 750s, and we have 3 750s at the front of the field. The 4th man is Adrian Archibald, and of course he's on a 620, so the full brute power of the 750s counting here, and absolutely wonderful conditions for this Race of the North.
The 2 Kawasaki's out in front. Mike Swan actually on a machine that was previously campaigned by Rodney McCurdy, sold to Mike Swan a couple of years ago, and it must be said since then these 2 men have dominated 750cc short circuit racing. Going through there, Courtney still in third, coming down to the hairpin again on the 3rd lap. So far McCurdy still has the edge. Swan again closes in on the brakes with Courtney in third.
Well, look at Swan going on the inside there, so Swan goes straight into the lead as they come out of the hairpin. So it's a new leader in Swan from McCurdy in second place, both Kawasaki mounted. The Honda of James Courtney back there in third place. Full power on now, so Swan on the older of the 2 machines now leads McCurdy, tucking in behind him for the toe. Full power as they head up towards the Lindsay sweeper for the 4th time. Swan very much in control, but no doubt he's under a lot of pressure as well, and certainly the 750s here having the legs of everything else in the field. Normally here at Aghadowey we think that maybe 250s we might have a chance of picking up with the boys, so Courtney goes off there. So Courtney in third position, drops it at the hairpin.
And looking at James here coming down, and he starts to run wide. He's grabbed too much front brake, front wheel goes out onto the loose gravel. Away it goes. James is down. No way back from that. They'll be coming through now to complete 6 of 20 laps here in the Race of the North, and McCurdy looks as though he's gearing himself up for a little bit of a move, looking fairly comfortable there behind Mike Swan at the moment, shadowing his every move, so may have decided to play a waiting game. They often say it's harder to lead from the front. Well, they're coming up and Mike Swan looks across, and is Mike actually saying, yes Roddy, you take it over for a little while there, or was he just checking to see they go? Well, McCurdy eases it up the inside. So number 4, Rodney McCurdy through into the lead at the Lindsay sweeper. Mike Swan in second position. Kawasaki's dominant, first and second positions as they approach the chicane.
And at the chicane, it's McCurdy again from Swan. Easing around the left-hander. They may be playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game with each other, but no doubt each is weighing the other up, because remember, maximum points in the championship at stake, and only 2 points separating them before this final round. McCurdy almost making a mistake there, clipping the curb as he comes into pit lane. Out of paddock bend he comes.
McCurdy still leads. Swan still there in second position. And Swan looking the most comfortable of the 2, Harold.
Swan certainly, but of course McCurdy's the man who's under pressure because Swan can watch what he's doing, pressurise him, ease back a little bit, see if he's going to make any mistakes. But certainly braking around Aghadowey is very, very important. And this morning both boys were telling me that this 20 lap race, by the end of it, they felt they would be extremely tired because braking and gear changing here so many times. And look for Swan going for the inside. So Swan goes for the inside as they come around the hairpin. So Swan goes back into the lead. So it's Swan from McCurdy. McCurdy still on his back wheel there. As we go now out onto the 11th lap, we're into the second half of the race. And it's now Swan from McCurdy. And it's down to fitness and a little bit of guts as we go into the second half of this 20 lapper. And remember, the first man home over the 2 legs collecting the maximum points collects £1,000 for his effort, and the effort being made by Mike Swan at the moment is the leading one.
He's coming through to complete 16 laps out of the paddock corner, accelerating hard. Swan leads, number 4 McCurdy in second position, but as they approach the Lindsay sweeper, they're going to be in the traffic, Harold.
And the traffic just ahead of them, with Swan still holding a little advantage over Rodney McCurdy. Getting tired, getting warm, getting thoughts about what's happening to the machine beneath them. The machine's starting to move that little bit more under the braking, and certainly there is the traffic, which could make a big difference as they head down into the hairpin. And leading the back markers there, strangely enough, was number 29 Owen McNally, having a run on a 750. So they're back with them now, so it's having to thread their way through. Swan gets through in between them. McCurdy now getting past the back marker. Number 45, the man ahead of them there is Sturdy Parkhill. Swan looks back to see where McCurdy is. He's still not past Parkhill, so it's Swan ahead of Parkhill, with McCurdy now losing a little bit of ground there, Alan, in second place.
Yes, but that's an indication how at the pace of this race, because those weren't really back markers. Those were the 6th and 7th place positions, man, because Sturdy Parkhill is now in 6th and Owen McNally there with him in 7th position. So that's an indication of the pace these guys have gone through. Stuart Parkhill there still between Rodney McCurdy. Let's Rodney go through now. He'll have heard the machine coming up behind him. He sneaks back because remember, he has his own position because Owen McNally is also on a Kawasaki there, and McCurdy rides wide. Sturdy Parkhill now has to make the decision. Do I sneak back through on the inside of him? They're coming up again to lap 103. Les Shan for the second time. Swan leads. McCurdy in second position. But now McCurdy has it all to do because getting through the traffic, as we said, it could play an important part. It's played to the advantage of Mike Swan.
And it also has the effect, Alan, that if they don't get through, the red mist starts to descend, because not only are they battling with the man ahead of them, they're battling to get past the back markers, and that can raise the temperature and the temper quite a bit. And it has certainly worked to the advantage of Michael Swan, who's now has a clear run at the moment. And it looks as if McCurdy has gone straight on, so McCurdy goes straight on in the chicane. So McCurdy makes a big mistake there. No doubt the red mist down over his eyes, Alan, as he rejoins the circuit.
Yes, and the interesting thing there was that Sturdy Parkhill followed him through, so he was right in his wheel tracks. He's mesmerised by this man, McCurdy, but Swan now holds the advantage. Swan coming across, coming through to complete 19 laps, head out onto the last lap of the first leg here off the race to the north. Mike Swan checks back. He can see McCurdy is nowhere near. He's half the straight now ahead of Rodney McCurdy in second position. Rodney McCurdy just checking back to see where the opposition is there, but Adrian Archibald is a long, long way back in third position now. So McCurdy safe in second. He's not going to win this race by a mistake from Mike Swan, so he can afford to ease it off a little bit. Swan at the chicane, heading down towards the hairpin for the last time, Harold.
And here he comes, Mike Swan on the Kawasaki, well clear of the rest of the field, not less than just exiting the chicane as he comes round the sweeper at the hairpin, round the big 180 degree turn, turning it into pit lane. A back marker there, Les Shan still between him and the second place man, Rodney McCurdy, who made that mistake. And Swan celebrates a win with a massive wheelie. So a win in the first leg of the Race of the North for Mike Swan.
Yes, it was quite a tussle as expected between the two Kawasaki's. In the end, it was Michael Swan who eased away from great rival Rodney McCurdy to take the win. Adrian Archibald well back in third place. Stephen Ferguson got fourth. So a first race win for Michael Swan on the Kawasaki, which has served him so well all season. But in the second leg, he knew McCurdy would cause him more problems. Indeed, McCurdy leads as we join it on lap 3.
McCurdy on the brakes, coming up using his body as a brake, an air brake, as well as the brakes on the machinery. So, but the man on the move is James Courtney, up into second place now. McCurdy still holding on the lead there, but Swan heading back as they come into the chicane. So Swan back up to second place, and what a battle this is going to be for second and third as well as for the lead, Alan.
Yes, and I'm just looking at Rodney McCurdy as he comes down to the hairpin, because I think his streamlining is coming adrift. I'm pretty sure that the bottom of Rodney McCurdy's streamlining is coming adrift, so we'll try and keep our eye on that. Mike Swan in second, James Courtney in third. Just looking there as Swan comes into the paddock corner in second. Rodney McCurdy comes down, heading down towards the Lindsay sweeper. Swan second, Courtney third, and yes, there's no doubt about it. Look, you can see the streamlining there. It's dropping off down, and that's going to cause him all sorts of problems if it doesn't in fact throw him off. Mike Swan goes through in second position, James Courtney in third.
Well, I can see this is the position, one of these places, the right-hander into the chicane could be the place where he could get upended if that bottom part of the fairing comes adrift. Certainly it looks very, very loose, yes. And Rodney gets it really sideways there on the brakes. A real motocross move there as he comes into the hairpin. McCurdy with Swan and Courtney now starting to close in that little bit, and look at Swan, he's right off the edge of the track there, managed to hold it back onto the track. He went over the rumble curbs and right onto the old bit of tarmac there, but he managed to hold on to it. So Swan still in second place, Courtney now watching him work hard to hold that second place, with McCurdy still holding the lead.
Getting the back view off them this time as they brake hard for the hairpin, and look at that Kawasaki of McCurdy's. It's like a pendulum there held in a clock.
That's the best way to describe it, and certainly the bob is in the back wheel as they come into pit lane once again. And I'm just starting to wonder if Rodney McCurdy has left a panel off his Kawasaki, because I don't think it has changed in shape since the start of the race, and he may have dropped a panel off there before he came out. But Swanee now, look at the braking of Swan as they go up into the Lindsay sweeper. Swan goes through, his machine pendulum based as well. So it's McCurdy having to settle for second now as they head for the chicane once again. Mike Swan turning on the power as they come out of the sweeper. So it's Swan from McCurdy, and I would think, looking at the bin there of McCurdy's machine, it's getting worse, because there seems to be daylight appearing now below his left foot, and it seems to be getting into a very, very dangerous shape at the moment. But it's still Swan from McCurdy, still hanging on in there, and McCurdy goes through on the inside, making use of John Carson. So it's McCurdy back to the front, Swan in second place as they come through the chicane.
And Rodney again getting out of shape there on the approach to the chicane. He's now boxed in behind a back marker, but Mike Swan electing to go the long way round at the Lindsay sweeper, lost out that time and lost the lead. Now McCurdy back down in, and look at that, it's going side by side. This is getting past a slide. It's almost a tank slapper that time as he went in to the hairpin. Now across pit lane, Mike Swan, can he size him up for a dive through on the inside? Surely not at paddock. No, he doesn't. Across the line they go this time, up to complete 13 laps of 20. Heading down towards the Lindsay sweeper. Mike Swan goes wide out this time. Is he going to try and sneak across on the inside? He almost touches his back wheel. Oh, mighty stuff here from these two riders.
Unbelievable, Alan. I mean, Swan is trying everything he knows. McCurdy possibly very aware of what's happening underneath him, and Swan now goes up into the chicane. He takes the lead, so it's Swan through into the lead. A very brave move there. Now he has the advantage of maybe squeezing past the back marker before they get down into the hairpin. So it's McCurdy back in second place. Swan, the winner of the first leg, back at the front. We're coming now to complete 18 of the 20 laps.
Down the straight they go. Ballycarry versus Brookshane. Mike Swan in the lead. Number 4, Rodney McCurdy in second position. 19 of the 20 laps completed. But Mike Swan looking as though he's on target for the 1998 Race of the North title here. This event run for the first time at Aghadowey, normally held at Nuts Corner. Down to the chicane they come for the last time. It's still Swan from Rodney McCurdy heading on up and towards the hairpin. And again they're going to come up on a tail ender, but that tail ender, and remember we believe that is 31, Sandy Christie running in 7th position. Looks as though he's going to just be, it is Sandy Christie, but he'll be across the line before of them. Across the pit lane they come for the last time. One more corner to go. Mike Swan comes through. Mike Swan accelerates hard on the Kawasaki. Up towards the line. Mike Swan wins the race to the north, wins both legs. Rodney McCurdy second in both occasions.
A great dice again, and delight for Michael Swan as he again pipped Rodney McCurdy to take the checkered flag. And that was a victory good enough to give Swan the Irish 1000cc title for the second year running.
Rodney's a close friend of mine, a real good friend, and it's hard to cut each other up, so we always end up having a good race. So just I got it today, but a bit better in the last couple of laps. So.
Second year in a row to win the title. It must mean a lot to you.
It does actually. It's maybe not as prestigious on paper as some of the Regal Championships or the 125, the Super Kings, overall roads and circuits, but to me and Rodney, we're trying our best. When the top race riders come over, we try our best, so to get it, it's real good.
Next up, it's the first 250 race, a small field here, but the men to look out for, number 9, Owen McNally, number 17, Alan McGregor, and on a Yamaha, number 26, Mark Johnston.
Full power now on the 250s. McGregor tight in behind the screen, and McNally has a thought about going on the inside as they go up into the Lindsay sweeper, and he goes through. So McNally leaving the braking that little bit later, swings through into the lead of this 250 race. We're in lap 8 of 10. Will McGregor hit back before they get to the chicane? No, he's sitting in there. So at the chicane, it's McNally now from McGregor. Up into the sweeper at the hairpin, right round the 180-degree turn, right round the sweep this time. Alan, he has it in the bag unless he makes a mistake in the last couple of bends.
Yes, down he comes to pit lane, into the paddock corner for the last time, and Owen McNally, the former hospital porter from Coleraine, accelerates up, knocks it up through the gears, into 5th, into 6th, across the line. Tremendous win for Owen McNally.
So in the end, it was Owen McNally on the Honda, some 2 seconds to spare with the victory over Alan McGregor. In third place, it was Mark Johnston. John Creeth was fourth. And in the second 250 race, it was McNally again who took the win, just half a second though in front of Alan McGregor, who took second place. Derek McLaughlin on another Honda took third. David O'Rourke was fourth. Now in a dramatic and very exciting second sidecar race, leader Hugh Ducat from Glasgow, number 22, spun off on the third lap and he was out of it. Leaving the outfits, number 1, the Graham brothers from Antrim, the 1997 champions, to go on and take the victory from outfit number 7, the O'Neills from Dundrod. But Charlie and Peter O'Neill, they were happy enough. They'd done enough, got enough points to take this year's Sidecars Championship. So there we are, and I'm sure you will agree we've seen some good, some close, and some very exciting short circuit racing today. None better than the feature event of the day, the Race of the North. Well done to Michael Swan. From Aghadowey.